viewers, Mark JPT here. This is my adventure log from when I challenged the deepest part of the Senbutsu Limestone Cave, hidden deep in Hiraodai, Kita-Kyushu. It's summer break, so the parking lot is packed with cars. Ugh. I headed down the long staircase toward the entrance of Senbutsu Limestone Cave. The entrance kind of looked creepy. Waterproof headlamp and waterproof housing for my GoPro checked. Changed into clothes I don't mind getting soaked, and now let's head for the deepest part. The video gets a little shaky from here, so I will leave Sasha on the screen to help you with motion sickness. The temperature inside the cave stays around 60 Fahrenheit all year round, cool in summer and warm in winter. By the way, it was over 86 Fahrenheit outside that day, so no wonder the parking lot was nearly full. On a hot day like this place is the perfect escape. While everyone else is dressed lightly for exploring the cave, I'm walking around in long sleeve, long pants, a headlamp on my forehead, and holding GoPro in my hand. People look at me funny, but this is the proper outfit for someone aiming for the deepest part of the cave. Watch and learn. In most tourist caves, the rock formation has names, and Senbutsu Limestone Cave is no different. They have a uniquely named stalactites like Kyonyu, which means big boob. And there's also Hatsune Chichi, which means Hatsune boob. The first part of the cave feels like something straight out of an Indiana Jones movie. I wouldn't be surprised if there were a secret Nazi base hidden in this cave. The path is getting narrower, and I can hear screams from the back. What is going on back there? I've reached the water entry point called Oku no Hosomichi. Your feet will get wet here, no way to avoid. So make sure to bring shoes you don't mind getting wet. They also rent shoes at the cave entrance. The cave gets slippery in places, but the water entry point is especially slippery. Watch your step, or this could happen to you. I was wearing flip-flops, but the current pulled them right off a few times. So it is a good idea to bring shoes with straps around the heel. The water temperature at the entry point stays at 57 Fahrenheit all year. The first step feels freezing, but after like 10 minutes, your feet will get used to it. In deeper area, the water can reach up to your knees. Unless you're planning to go hardcore and reach the deepest part, I recommend coming in shorts. Past the narrow road to the deep, the path gets even tighter, just enough space for one person at a time. Since the passage is so narrow and crowded, you have to wait for people coming from the other side. I've reached to the Horisakumon. There's a sign here saying, "Turn back now." But, だが断る. Beyond this point, It's pitch black without the light. It's not crowded with many tourists anymore. The second turn back now sign appears. Ignore the sign too and head deeper inside. Keep pressing on and you will see the first challenge, the Hail Tunnel. The first obstacle for anyone aiming for the deepest part. The entrance is so low that you're forced to crawl on your stomach from this point on. Accept everything but your head to get soaked. With determination, I dropped all fours and start crawling. The water is deeper than I expected. My GoPro goes underwater. If I didn't have a waterproof case, my GoPro would have been gone. I managed to keep my head dry, but the relief is short-lived. Up ahead is the first waterfall. The water pounds down, soaking even my head. If you want to go through here, there's no escaping getting soaked from head to toe. If your headlamp and GoPro aren't waterproof, they might not make it. That's why I left my phone behind. Because we rely on phone for everything these days, so losing it makes things really inconvenient. Beyond the first waterfall, the path gets even lower than a hell tunnel. The ceiling is so low, you can't even crawl normally. You have to belly crawl through the water. Also, there are several spots where large folks simply won't fit through. The cold water saps your body heat and energy fast. Shivering, exhausted. But I keep pushing myself to the deepest part. At this point, only my will is keeping me going. The second waterfall. Crawling through the freezing water while exhausted and scared. Getting hit by this waterfall was just too much. Mentally, this second waterfall was the toughest part of the challenge. Turning off my headlamp for a moment. It was pitch black. You can't see a thing. If your light fails here, you won't find your way back. Worst case scenario, you die. With that fear gnawing at me, I kept going towards the deepest part. After squeezing through a painfully narrow passage, final challenge, the third waterfall. This one has the most water volume yet, absolutely drenching my already soaked body. The water pressure is so strong, it's gonna make me go bald. Past the third waterfall, it's back to belly crawling. The deeper you go, the lower the ceiling, and the narrower the path becomes. How long does this torture continue? That thought kept crossing my mind as I pressed on toward the deepest part. At last, I reached the deepest part of Senbutsu Limestone Cave.
I made it! God damn it, it was tough. I'm never going to do it again.
Those papers covering the walls, they're entrance tickets. I am surprised so many people have made it this far. I tried sticking my ticket on the wall too, but it was destroyed completely. I made it to the deepest part. But remember, if you go in, you've got to make it back out too. I returned safely. I was so exhausted. I didn't bother filming the way back. Now that I've conquered, let me share some tips for challenging the deepest part. You will get completely soaked from head to toe, so wear clothes you don't mind getting wet. Long sleeves and pants recommended. While crawling, the rocky ground is rough and painful. Wearing short sleeves is a bad idea. Footwear. I wore flip-flops and lost them several times to the current, so bring shoes with heel straps. Finally, make sure your electronics are waterproof. If your life fails, you'll be stuck wandering a dark, cold cave. Worst case, you die. Don't take chances. Alright, I've done everything I wanted to do. Time to head home. It's not even 1 p.m. yet, but the parking lot has a line over a mile long. If you're coming during the holiday, arrive early. Seriously,